What it do is DJ Mike T, Compton's Most Wanted, West Coast Skratch Gang. You know what? I got some news to tell you. I think I just dropped another instrumental album that's on all streaming platforms under the West Coast Skratch Gang. Okay? So check me out on Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, Apple Music, YouTube, whatever. You know, give it a listen to, see if you like it. It's just some instrumental stuff that I throw together at the house. Right now, I think since the first of the year, I think I've put together about 8 albums. So, and I got one more I'm almost done with. So just check it out, see what it goes, see what it do. All right, but I'm just here to give you a small, not really a recap, but just a shout out to Mack 10 about the Krush Groove 2019. You know, I put a video out. It shows a lot of behind the scene details and, you know, certain angles and pictures and stuff like that that I was able to collect while I was there, besides having fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit there and just think about doing videos and stuff for everybody all the time. So sometimes you got to force yourself to be there to know, you know, but it's all good. But my shout out goes to Mack 10. You know what I'm saying? I never seen nobody ever take control of K-Day's Krush Groove like that. This year was their 10th anniversary, and K-Day and Krush Groove have always ran a tight ship, and the Forum in Inglewood, a tight ship on all their concerts, to where if you don't have the right credentials, you can't go certain places up in there. I couldn't go on stage this year and perform because I got there late, and I was able to get my performer's pass. You know, I was able to get my artist pass to get behind stage outside, but I wasn't there to get my performance pass when they did the head count to go put everybody on stage. So, you know, I kind of missed that one, but I was still able to record, you know what I'm saying, and run around and have fun. So that's what I did. But Mack 10, I think they only gave him like 15 minutes to perform. He turned that into like a 25-minute show. He told them right towards the end of his show, he was like, look, they say I'm out of time. I'm going to tell them just like this. And he meant what he said, too. You know, he an Inglewood cat. I'm an Inglewood cat. You know, I had to respect what he said. You know, even though I work with Compton's Most Wanted. I'll tell you about that whole issue after I'm done with this. But he told him straight with a red rag in his pocket on stage with all his homies out there. He had the whole Inglewood car out there. They was not. Nah, they wasn't. He told them, man, I'm doing every song I want to do, and then I'll get off the stage. I was like, ooh, shit. He did that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I went, I had visited him right before he had got on stage. So when I walked back there, all my partners I grew up with was doing security for him. And, you know, he had a representative down there for every major hood up in Inglewood. You know, the families, the Crenshaw Mafias, Center Parks, Queen Streets, you know what I'm saying? He had a bunch of cats running with him, and they represented well, you know, put together by Inglewood Muggs. You know, he does a security for Tech 9 and E40. E40 was there with the same security, you know what I'm saying? Good knockout artists from Inglewood, and that's what it do. But, you know, they wasn't really banging on people like that. I even seen, you know, Inglewood cats in the audience, you know what I'm saying? They was over there just chilling. I'm glad my cats is growing up and learn how to get out and adventure and enjoy themselves, you know, with all that hoopla and blah, 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 politics over your head. You know, besides the warrior program, you still are a human being, and you have to, you know, balance your life out, you know. But, you know, the show was nice. You know, Ice Cube headline. He had Dub C with him. Bone Thugs and Harmony got out there, most of the members. And E40 was there. He did his show. Too Short did his. DJ Quick did his show with High C. CM Dub, the Dog Pound, Dazzle Corrupt, which I thought they needed more time, too. That's personally to me, because I'm going to tell y'all something I always felt about the Dog Pound. They changed the industry. Snoop was, you know, the Dog Pound is always shadowed by Snoop, but the Dog Pound changed the industry. With that ain't no fun if the homies can't have none and let's play house. That was some industry changing stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got to give credit what credit is due. They were a big switch, you know what I'm saying, on and off switch up in the industry. And that's why they lasted so long, you know, and I think they needed a little bit more time in their show, you know, because they got a lot more hits. That whole first album they could have just did that in the show. Everybody knows that. And they got way more hits on an individual level and on album levels dealing with each other. So that's just my personal opinion about the Dog Pound, you know, coming from Compton. Because we were one of the first group, besides, you know, you had Too Short with the Freaky Tales and all that. You know, you had Two Live Crew that did what they did. But we had Give It Up in part 1 and 2. And, you know, we had Duck Sick. We had our own little in-crowd, you know, performances that no one can really touch either. You know, Compton's Most Wanted, you know, eight with the Death Wish sequels and stuff like that. You know, everybody got their little punch up in the industry, you know, but I still think Dog Pound ain't getting recognized for what they did. You know what I'm saying? With the censorship and they didn't put brakes on their mouth when they did what they did. And when I heard it, I just fell out laughing. I was like, oh my gosh, it was a party, but they'd have turned this shit into something else. When I first heard, you know what I'm saying, what they did coming out of Long Beach, but that's pretty good. But Mack gangstered it, you know what I'm saying? And that's what he did. I want to give shout outs to this man, Ice Cube did his show, him and Dub C. But I'm gonna tell you how tight these people were. I couldn't get a badge to get on stage. Once you got off the stage, they took your on stage pass from you. When you walk down that little stairs that come from the stage, they actually had a guy there with scissors taking your pass from you. You couldn't get back on stage. So Mack 10 couldn't have got on stage if he wanted to surprise Ice Cube and Dub C by performing with them. He couldn't have did it. Because once you walked out, you couldn't come back. And it's so crazy. I had a little area that I was in. If you watch the video that has with the mixing boards and all that in, you couldn't come from behind stage to get back there. You had to actually go out in the audience. And when you walk down that aisle, somebody you kind of look like you're a little lost or something, you doing something, they'll make you go back in that little area. That's what I had to do a few times, to go back in that little area to go videotape everything so I can get it to you. Because even if you went upstairs, you couldn't stand nowhere. You couldn't stand nowhere in there but your seats. You couldn't be in the middle of the aisle nowhere. I tried to get to the balcony level and say, hey, can I get right? They was like, nope. I said, screw it. I went to the dressing room, man, and watched it from there. So, that's how I go. That's how the cookie crumbles and the ball bounces, you know what I'm saying? But I want to throw